Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, November 25th, 2024. I did that off the top of my head. I didn't even remember to write it down on the prep sheet, and I got the date right. Look at that.
Is it not right there?
Yeah, tomorrow's the 25th. That's what I'm saying. No, it's the 25th. Well, it's right there, but I didn't look at that part. Typically, I write down November 25th, 2024, because there's been times I've said the wrong year. There's been times I've looked at that number and been like, what number month is that? It happens all the time. You'd be surprised. But NFL Week 12 wrapping up right now. We just started the second quarter in Sunday Night Football. The rest of the week has been an absolute mess. It was just a weird week of football in general because starting on Saturday, it was absolutely insane. Luckily, this Sunday, Falcons had a bye, so didn't have to stress over that. But Colin maybe didn't have as good of a weekend as he had hoped. The college football landscape was once again just set on fire. And the SEC might have played themselves out of some playoff spots potentially. Same with the Big 12. They might have one playoff spot for the champion. Still nothing really going on in the MLB. We do have a trade that happened that we'll talk about when we get there. But, Colin, what'd you think so far of NFL Week 12? Because it has been madness.
Kickers suck.
But sometimes they don't.
Special teams suck. And offenses suck.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, special teams in general, I think, gets its own category. Offenses in the 4 o'clock slate for sure. Those 3 games were horrible.
Yeah.
We were literally sitting here. It's like halftime of the 1 o'clock games. And we're like, well, at least we have some 4 o'clock games that should be good. Nah. No, the second half of the 1 o'clock games, amazing.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
4 o'clock games were fucking dog shit.
Horrible that we what we got from those 4 o'clock games. But today, NFL Week 12 recap. So we'll go over all the games that have happened. MLB Offseason, we got a couple of headlines to hit on. College Football Week 13. We're going to talk through our personal CFP rankings. And then we've got beer bets. I won this week, a bounce back victory. I think I've lost, 3-4 straight?
Dude, it was more than that.
Yeah, I was on a bad streak. College Football Show picks. Right back to dog shit. 0-3 this week. So apologies to anybody that trailed me on that.
Maybe you need to take a break from that.
Well, luckily there is no college football show next week, and there's also no Friday episode of the podcast next week. But instead, we will be live this Wednesday right here on YouTube at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. on Wednesday, Second and Short live. We're going to do a mashup stream, a Friday Second and Short episode, a Thanksgiving game preview, which we wouldn't get to have done if we had a Friday episode. So we're going to preview all the games of Thanksgiving week. We're going to preview rivalry week in college football. We're going to talk about the brand new college football playoff rankings. Me and Luke are going to do a little bit of soccer talk because we're going to have a week of Champions League matches to talk about.
Oh,
and
yes, nap time.
Some Premier League matches to talk about that weekend. But we got a whole lot of stuff to cover on that Wednesday live stream. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. Tune in, 4 p.m. Also, if you want any other updates on anything Second and Short, follow us on Instagram. It's the best way to stay up to date with everything we've got going on. Also, join the Second and Short subreddit, r/2ND A&D Short. That is where you're going to be able to submit questions for questions time. There is not necessarily a questions time this Thursday, but every Thursday going forward, feel free, put your questions in there by about 4 p.m. on Thursdays. We will answer them on the podcast that comes out on Fridays. This week, if you can't make it to the live stream, feel free, go ahead. Submit your questions into that Reddit before the live stream starts at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, and we'll answer them on the live stream. Otherwise, you can just hop in the live stream, put it in the comments in the chat, and we'll gladly answer it. Colin, anything we need to touch on before NFL Week 12?
So you're telling me I'm going to be able to make predictions on games?
You sure
For
are?
NFL?
Yes.
I'm so happy.
And college football, which we haven't done really this season since I started the college football show.
So happy.
Yeah.
So happy.
Well, I'm excited for your input. I will say that. All right. Well, let's talk about Thursday Night Football. Our friend Luke still just probably down bad, if I had to guess.
My favorite game of the week.
Steelers 19, Browns 24. Tell me what the hell happened in this game.
Snowmageddon
Yeah.
in the second half. Like, literally, if you watched it from beginning to end, the beginning you're like, oh, shit, it's raining. Oh, there's a little bit of mixture in the air.
It was dumping snow.
And third quarter, it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, absolute mess. And this game in general was a mess, regardless of the weather. Both quarterbacks were, I would say, just fine. Jameis probably more on the bad side. Russ kind of did his thing. I certainly have some question marks about the one pass that Justin Fields threw. Why was he throwing the ball? Why did you bring him in and have him throw the ball right there? Didn't make sense to me.
Especially when he couldn't be stopped running the ball.
Yeah, he was running the ball just fine. 3 carries, 26 yards. I don't see why you pass up on that. It made no sense to me. Jalen Warren got a touchdown. Nick Chubb had 2 rushing touchdowns. Nobody had like a phenomenal rushing yards day. And, of course, in the receiving game, a couple guys did their jobs. I wouldn't say anybody really had that good of a receiving game. What did George Pickens have? Well, I know he started like 4 fights.
End
4 receptions as well.
But there's a big one between him and Greg Newsome, I think, at the end, and he was just
he will fight anybody. He really will. He does not care. Calvin Austin is who had the big game for Pittsburgh. 3 receptions, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Shout out to Calvin Austin. Jerry Jeudy, pretty good game. 6 receptions, 85 yards.
I will say he made some insane catches when it was just pissing snow.
Reminder to all those folks that live in states with snow, don't eat the yellow one.
No.
In case it is pissing snow.
What if you're colorblind?
Wouldn't know.
You just shit out of luck. I need it to snow this year. I want to try this out.
Yeah, I'll be able to see the difference. All right. I think that's enough for Thursday Night Football. That game kind of sucks.
Are you actually colorblind?
Don't start with me. Don't do this. Vikings 30, Bears 27 in overtime. Absolutely wild game. I want to give props to both of these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold and Caleb Williams both rose to the occasion in this game. I absolutely loved watching this game, especially the second half was crazy. Really, that ending of the game was unreal. Bears had a 17-point fourth quarter that included, in a row, it went touchdown, 2-point conversion, onside recovery, and then they set up the game-tying field goal 22 seconds after scoring that touchdown. Unreal. Bears get the ball first in overtime. They go 3 and out. They punt. Vikings just had to keep working to get down the field. A couple flags drew them back. Some sacks pulled them back. They still get themselves to 1st and 20 after a hold on their own 39. They get a first after just 2 plays. Takes them to the Chicago 40. Then big play on 2nd and 8 gets them to the Chicago 9-yard line. They end up kicking the field goal for the win in overtime. But this game was phenomenal.
I know Nathan really enjoyed watching this game, watching Sam Darnold go nuts, and then on the other side, DJ Moore finally getting some love.
Yeah, Aaron Jones getting active again, 22 carries, 106, and a touchdown. Yes, DJ Moore did attempt to pass. It was not completed. Nick Mullins came in this game for a second, and I thought for sure Sam Darnold tore his ACL.
Yeah.
I thought for sure he tore his ACL. He didn't.
He was walking, so it was fine.
Yeah. But, yeah, DJ Moore and Keenan Allen both had great games here. 7 receptions, 106 and a touchdown. Keenan Allen, 9 receptions, 86 and a touchdown. But Jordan Addison, oh, my God, best game of his career, I would say. 8 receptions on 9 targets, 162 and a touchdown. He was active as ever. TJ Hawkinson, back better than ever. 7 receptions, 114. Justin Jefferson, nowhere to be found. His one big play of the game got called back.
Yeah.
And then TJ Hawkinson just made up for it. It was a weird day for Justin Jefferson.
The Bears said if they were going to lose, it was not going to be because of Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. And then, of course, one of their trips to the red zone, we're sitting there and we're like, well, they got super close, so they're obviously not going to hand it to Aaron Jones because I needed the fantasy points.
No,
instead, Colin goes, oh, they're going to throw it to Jalen Naylor. Like clockwork. Jalen Naylor touchdown.
No, so first down, they gave it to Aaron Jones, but he had like -3 yards. And I was like, well, there's his one chance.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, where's CJ Ham or Jalen Naylor?
Mm-hmm.
One of those two is due for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I think Bears fans knew it was just a sign of the times early in this game when Cairo Santos gets that field goal blocked and they just have to relive that last moment last week, and they still fall this time. They tried to give it a fight, but they couldn't hold on. They lose by 3. Let's move on to a division rival of theirs. Lions 24, Colts 6. I'm going to be honest, this was just a clean, easy win for the Lions.
Yeah, this was just...
It really, they started off, it was a little bit close, 14-6 at the half. Indy was up 3-0 after the first quarter, which was surprising. I will say, Anthony Richardson looked very good early in this game. It looked like we were getting some really good looks from him. He was running the ball really well. But as per usual, he runs the ball 3 times on that first drive, gets banged up. And then after like a couple drives in, you can just tell like he's not playing at full strength.
Looks like a lost poodle after the first quarter.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to keep himself from getting hurt, and it pisses me off all the time.
Nathan, don't do this to me.
Also, I know you're stressing out about this Eagles game. Shout out to Anthony Richardson for not getting sacked in that game. That's unbelievable. What?
Why are you
what are you showing?
No, it's a head.
Saquon's hurt.
No.
Oh man. What did he hurt? Because it looked like he was holding his balls. Now he's on all fours.
Is this what you're showing? I'm gonna punch you.
Well, we're not gonna sit here and wait. We'll figure out the prognosis soon.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
He's up. I think it might have been a groin strain based on where he was reaching for.
Yeah. That means Braden Fisk definitely just grabbed him by the nuts and said, "Come here, boy."
Jahmyr Gibbs, animal. 21 carries, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was running fierce in this game.
David Montgomery, you're good to retire whenever you want.
But he had a good game. He just only got 8 carries.
He got hurt.
Yeah, 8 carries, 37 yards. He got himself a touchdown before he got hurt. Nobody really standing out in the receiving game for the Lions. Like I said, this wasn't like a huge offensive performance like we've seen for the last couple of weeks.
Spread the ball very well.
Yeah, they spread the ball out really well. Jamison Williams, 7 targets, 5 receptions, 64 yards.
Oh, that 21
long 21 was a bad beat. 21 and a half was his longest reception line.
Yeah, Nathan, I took that.
Yeah. Colin took over 21 and a half, a 21-yard reception early in this game, never got one longer. Amon-Ra just kind of did his thing, ended up having to return punts as well when Khalif Raymond got hurt in this game. On Indy's side, Michael Pittman looked great, surprisingly. Typically, he does not play very well with Anthony Richardson at quarterback. Alec Pierce, his one reception was for 39 yards. He could have had another reception early in that game where he just got overthrown by like an inch by Anthony Richardson, who was under pressure. But Alec Pierce, maybe an easy touchdown if he would have caught that.
Like a 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah. Josh Downs could not hold on to the football. I think he dropped 2 of the 4 passes that he didn't catch, but unbelievable.
Bro, if you're not going to use A.D. Mitchell, why'd you draft him?
For real. I didn't understand the A.D. Mitchell draft pick in the first place, and I really don't get it now.
He had the potential to be the best wide receiver. One of the top 3 wide receivers.
It's not even like you have an old wide receiver.
No.
You have Michael Pittman Jr. is the oldest of the top 3. Alec Pierce is pretty young. Josh Downs is a second-year player. Like, it made no sense to go out and get A.D. Mitchell. And what's even crazier is that they drafted A.D. Mitchell, and then people kept saying that they were going to trade for Ayuk. Why would they have needed any of that? I don't get it. But this might have got swept under the rug with the Saquon injury. Shout out to Anthony Richardson for not getting sacked. Unbelievable. Against the Lions, to not get sacked is unbelievable. Okay, let's move on from this game, though. Patriots 15, Dolphins 34. Got to give some love to Tua. He just keeps looking extremely good. Now, he hasn't played a very good team yet since he's returned from injury, but 29 for 40, 317, 4 touchdowns is phenomenal.
He's beating the bad ones. That's
good. The good teams beat the bad ones. They could not run the ball at all. When's the last time the Dolphins only ran for 65 yards as a team?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Like, with these kinds of running backs, and I get that they've, for some reason, given up on Raheem Mostert entirely. Like, he's done in Miami. He might as well pack his things and leave. Devon Achane,
New England just
did his thing in the receiving game. I'll give him the credit for that. Also, New England couldn't run the ball either. But, yes, New England looked fine. It's just it only happened in the fourth quarter. This was really a blowout. This was 31-0 going in the fourth quarter. New England gets a pick 6 by Christian Gonzalez, or not a pick 6. He took a fumble back, but Christian Gonzalez gets that touchdown in the fourth quarter.
That's
they
also
score.
When Skylar Thompson and Jalen Wright were in the game for one drive, and then they scored, and then the Dolphins were like, all right, no starters are going back
we
out.
Can't really mess around now.
Because then you just see Devon Achane, like, getting stats again, and they're throwing to Waddle and Jonnu Smith, and I'm like,
Well, they were throwing to Waddle and Jonnu Smith. Not Tyreek Hill. Still not really getting involved. Hasn't really had a big day since Tua's come back. But like you said, Waddle, Jonnu Smith cannot be stopped. Jalen Waddle had a phenomenal game. Nathan, can you pull up his receiving yards real quick? Yeah. 8 receptions on 9 targets, 144 and a touchdown for him. And Jonnu Smith, unstoppable recently. 9 receptions, 87 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, thinking when I took his over on receptions being over 8.5, I was like, there's no way this fucking hits, right?
By God, did it. That's insane to even think to take that line. That's crazy.
Getting 5 more targets than Tyreek Hill is absolutely absurd.
Yeah, and it's not like the Patriots have like an unbelievably good secondary you can't attack with Tyreek Hill.
No.
It's kind of insane.
They just had like one guy.
Yeah, and shout out Devon Achane, 2 receiving touchdowns on 3 on 3 receptions, 4 targets, but yeah, unbelievable.
He had like 50-something total yards.
Yeah.
With 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he really didn't even do that much, but the Patriots just not enough, and they scored it a little bit too late. All right, let's move on to an absolute blowout. It could have been it was almost a shutout. Buccaneers 30, Giants 7. God, please start Drew Lock next week versus the Cowboys. For the love of it, just save my Thanksgiving and start Drew Lock, please. Tommy DeVito, not the guy. I don't even care that he wasn't necessarily bad. It's because the playbook was so fucking limited. He didn't have an opportunity to be bad. But Tyrone Tracy, if I see you anywhere without a ball in your hands until the Thanksgiving game, you are done, bro. Like, stop fumbling the ball, please. Please stop fumbling the ball. What do you have, Nathan?
Injury update: Saquon has now returned to the game later in the drive.
Good.
I can breathe now.
Okay. Let's talk about the Buccaneers. Still a target, right? Okay. Oh, I didn't know you said throw it or run it.
I couldn't read that.
Nice. He's blocked by the lamp. Rushing touchdowns is the recipe to success for the Buccaneers.
What the fuck?
4 different guys run for a touchdown. Bucky Irving had a hell of a day. All around, a hell of a day for Bucky Irving. Rashad White, 12 carries, 37 yards, still got a rushing touchdown. Baker Mayfield got himself a rushing touchdown despite not throwing one in a day where he threw the ball really well. 24 for 30, 294. No touchdowns, no picks, no sacks either. Sean Tucker also somehow ended up getting a touchdown in this game.
Now, why couldn't Bucky Irving do this like about a month ago?
Yeah.
We were on a live stream.
That is true.
Group parlay.
He also had 6 receptions for 64 yards, so he just was doing everything.
In the first half, just want to point that out.
All in the first half.
He didn't catch another pass in the second half.
Yeah, shout out to Mike Evans for being back.
Found out the hard way.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Evans for getting back. 5 receptions, 68 yards for him. Okay. Does Baker Mayfield does he just absolutely love the fact that Sterling Shepard, his former college teammate, is on his team again?
Oh, absolutely.
7 targets, more than anybody in this game. 7 targets, well, not more than anybody on the Bucs. 7 targets for Sterling Shepard. 5 receptions for 16 yards. 5 receptions for 16 yards is so bad. I guess it's just I think it's just that Baker just trusts Sterling Shepard so much that he just has to throw to him. But he had a long of 7. That's almost half of his yards.
Majority of his catches came in the end of the third, fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was a lot of just
garbage time.
Yeah, garbage time. Oh, we got something happening here on 3rd and 16.
Better be a fucking tutty.
See, Jalen Hurts drops back. Oh my God, Jared Verse just put that man into the earth. Hurts, pretty good run there. Did he get hurt? Did he get hurt on that? It was just a weird balance. Oh, okay. They just set up a field goal. Okay. So Eagles set up a field goal. Going to be 7-6 Rams. All right, we can move on from Buccaneers Giants. Please.
Not what we need, Nathan.
Please start Drew Lock next week.
Not what we need.
Okay, let's talk about maybe the oddest game of maybe the season.
This game made no.
It made no sense. Cowboys 34, Commanders 26. The Cowboys once again. This is the Cooper Rush Cowboys. Yeah, we'll talk about Jaden Daniels. We start the narrative?
One was on a Hail Mary.
Jaden Daniels still had a fucking amazing game. And that interception was on the Hail Mary. What? That's true. He has never had multiple interceptions. But that last interception was on a Hail Mary at the end of the game where he had to throw it, almost 56 yards in the air to get to the end zone. What? Yeah, I know. But this one didn't quite. But this one also was short of the end zone. And they tried to tip it back. Zach Ertz literally went like this. But it got picked.
Never would have happened. Never should have happened.
No, never should have happened. And we'll talk about that. I've just never seen a game that was so decided by special teams.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Special teams.
Also, shout out. Thank you, Sketch. Shout out to anybody who took the over 44.5. Absolute miracle hit. Like, this somehow hit. Okay, so you're going into the fourth quarter. Point total is at 19 going into the fourth quarter. And you think, oh, my God, this is so dead. Why did I take over 44.5? With a minute 40 on the clock, you hit, and then you end up clearing that total by 13 points.
Absolutely insane, brother.
Just absolutely unreal.
Quite a game.
So now let's just talk about the progression of this game. Siebert having unbelievably bad game. He had already missed a field goal. Yeah. He had already missed an extra point. Yeah. And the Commanders somehow get a lifeline right at the end of this game with a 89-yard touchdown pass, correct? An 89-yard touchdown pass to...
Nathan, what was Terry's long?
86-yard touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin, where he didn't even get touched. And this was thrown maybe 10 yards downfield by Jaden Daniels. Terry did the rest of the work. Okay, 15, 20 yards downfield by,
that sounds about right.
Terry, or by Jaden Daniels. Terry did the rest of the work. Gets the touchdown. Sets them up to potentially tie this game. It was going to be a tie ball game if they make the extra point. But with 22 seconds left, you just somehow caught some... outstanding lifeline. You shouldn't have even been in this position.
Mm-hmm.
You decide you should kick an extra point with your kicker who's already missed one and he's missed a field goal instead of just going for two when you just caught the most momentum you will ever find.
Keep feeding Terry, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Just feed the guys that were... Shit, run the ball with Jaden Daniels. He had a great day on the ground. 7 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Instead, you put the ball in Siebert's hands again, and he misses again, and then somehow you get another chance because of a boneheaded decision by Juan Thomas on special teams. The Commanders try to kick an onside, as they should. They're down 1 point now. Kick an onside, and Juan Thomas picks it up and just darts past everybody. Takes it home for a touchdown, which leaves like 15 seconds on the clock, which means the Commanders still have a shot because the Cowboys didn't go for two, obviously. They kicked the extra point. They go up by 8. And the Commanders like, all right, we have a shot. So that brings them out to return this kickoff to potentially score a touchdown and a 2-point and win this game. And tie this game and go to overtime. That brings Austin Eckler out to return this kick. He gets absolutely obliterated on this kickoff return and is down on the ground for like 5 minutes. Leaves the game likely with a concussion. So unfortunate for him that Juan Thomas didn't just take a knee. He should have slid as soon as he recovered that onside.
Yeah, man.
And just gone straight to the ground, and that would have been that. Cowboys would have won by 1 point. It's a win. Who cares? Austin Eckler did not need to get hit on this play whatsoever. It was a great return by him, too. Got out to the 35 and just got drilled. His head got driven into the ground, and he was just out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it was like everybody saw it. Everybody
all the Commanders players were waving.
All the Cowboys guys were like, oh, we got the ball, which they didn't. He was so down.
Yeah.
But it was bad. And then the Commanders end up throwing an out route. They get up into field position, they try the Hail Mary, and Jaden Daniels throws a pick.
Brother, they were showing Cowboys players that were celebrating while people were out attending to Eckler, and I'm just sitting here, I'm like,
unbelievable.
You are a scum of the earth.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. We'll talk about the actual numbers here. Rico Dowdle had a great game. 19 carries, 86 yards.
Don't say that
Cooper
much.
Rush was what?
That Rico Dowdle had a great game.
He did. It was a great game for Rico Dowdle.
No, I know. I say you don't say that much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely not. He only had a long of 9, which is crazy. Cooper Rush had a day, I guess. 24 for 32, 247.
For Cooper Rush, that's a day.
That's a Cooper Rush day. I guess same goes for Rico Dowdle. Let me scroll down real quick. Jaden Daniels obviously had a fantastic day. We already kind of talked about that.
Luke Schoonmaker.
Yeah, Luke Schoonmaker got fed. 3 receptions, 55 yards, and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 10 receptions, 67 yards. It's so weird to see. He had a long of 13. He had 12 targets. So weird to see. But I will give him this credit. at least he looks good despite the quarterback change. He's still doing his job, Tyreek Hill. Yeah, Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors still had 6 receptions, 64 yards. They were all in like the fourth quarter. But Terry McLaurin, 5 receptions, 102 and a touchdown. Unbelievable. Zach Ertz got himself a touchdown. Noah Brown had a pretty good game, 6 receptions, 71 yards. But yeah, obviously this game headlined by whatever the hell happened in like the last 5 minutes of this game. Okay, we can move on to a game that maybe pissed me off more. Chiefs 30, Panthers 27.
Oh, come on, man.
What a game.
This was phenomenal.
This was a classic.
Bryce Young. I hope you're still smiling at
Dude,
this
yeah,
one.
I was praying that Bryce Young would get this win. Unfortunately, we had to witness that's too much time for Mahomes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that every time this happens, people are just like making it happen. We're just constantly speaking into existence.
It's Tony Romo.
They scored that touchdown,
makes it happen.
and I immediately said they shouldn't have scored that fast.
Really, it was just that 33-yard run.
Yeah.
That was literally the only reason.
Yeah. And it just somehow screwed them. It
still
does
hate him.
suck. What?
I still hate him. I wish nothing but pain and misery for him.
Jesus, dude. That's a lot.
The Chiefs.
I know. Still.
Yeah.
God. I
Let
just
someone
wanna
else have fun.
I want to give Carolina some credit here. They had a great game. Carolina was awesome. Both sides of the ball. The defense wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good.
5 sacks on Patrick
sacked
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes 5 times, which is crazy.
And Bryce Young only got sacked twice.
Yeah. Bryce also just looked so confident. This is one of the better performances of his career, for sure. Obviously, against the Chiefs, almost winning is a huge performance.
Yeah, usually a team like the Chiefs, a stat line is probably like 8 for 26.
Especially a quarterback like
85 passing yards,
Yeah.
3 picks, 2 fumbles, and sacked 12 times.
Yeah, and 8 penalties that shouldn't have been called on you.
But this man was going toe-to-toe with the GOAT.
Oh, calling Pat the GOAT. Future GOAT, I'll say.
Yeah, mini GOAT.
Shout out to David Moore for having a hell of a day. 6 receptions, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah. Was it Jatavian Sanders that was taken to the hospital with a neck injury?
They thought it was a concussion, but then turns out it involved the neck area.
Noah Gray continuing to piss off Travis Kelce bettors and fantasy owners.
Nathan, you know what I said when we were watching this game? I said just watch next year when Noah Gray shows up to first game of the year dating Taylor Swift.
He's stealing touchdowns from him. He's going to steal his girl.
Taylor Swift's going to be like, what the fuck? I thought you were supposed to be the best tight end in the league.
Yeah, but Noah Gray, 2 straight weeks with 2 touchdowns. Unreal for Noah Gray. Him and Jonnu Smith going toe-to-toe for best tight end in the league.
I think there's a tight end in the league that made it very clear who that is.
And who is it?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on from this game and talk about Titans 32, Texans 27. Surely you're not talking about Chigozie McConkwo.
No, this game pissed me off.
This game was so weird. Will Levis legacy game. Tony Pollard legacy game. Where did this come from? Where did Will Levis come from in this game? He threw a pick 6, which was at least a little bit redeeming. He also got sacked 8 times, but 18 for 24 with all that bullshit going on. Pretty good. 278, 2 touchdowns. He did throw, like I said, the pick 6. C.J. Stroud on the other side, honestly, a bad day for him by his standards. 20 for 33, 247, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He got sacked 4 times. Joe Mixon got absolutely shut down. 14 carries, 22 yards is abysmal. A long of 8 for him is crazy.
I know I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but the Texans aren't going to be able to do anything until they fix that O-line issue.
Oh, it's so bad.
It is so bad.
So bad.
Still.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And it doesn't help that, like, CJ's first interception was right before the half, and they're trying to go down and kick a field goal to take the lead going into halftime. Instead, they allow Tennessee to take the lead going into halftime by setting up Nick Folk for a field goal.
Yeah, and Tank Dell had that huge drop pass in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Going down.
Yeah.
What a bum. What a bum of a football player.
Tank Dell.
Quite literally
He
horrible.
still had 3 receptions, 72 yards. Nico Collins, 5 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 5 receptions, 93 yards.
Whoa.
You had that Shig Okonkwo 70-yard touchdown was his only target of the game.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Tyler Boyd got involved this week for like the first time at all. 6 receptions, 55 yards. Nick Westbrook-Akine scoring another touchdown 2 weeks in a row. It's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that's like 5.
I think it's 6 on the season in total for him, which is unbelievable. So, CJ's second interception, luckily 3 plays later, they redeemed themselves by Will Levis throwing a pick 6. Then, later in the game, Kaimi comes out, misses that field goal from 28 yards out, which would have potentially tied this game with under 2 minutes on the clock. What are you showing me?
That's just like.
Oh yeah, so Westbrook-Akine from week 6 through 9 scored a touchdown. Didn't score one in week 10, then scored one in the last 2 weeks. Unbelievable. But so Kaimi misses that field goal. He then gets another shot, or they get another shot as a team. CJ, I think they start on like the 9-yard line, gets sacked on the 1, then gets chased out of the back of the end zone for a safety, and that's how this game ends, and they lose by 5 points. Just so bad. But shout out to the Titans for just staying with the Texans this entire game.
Without their best defensive player, too.
Yeah, no L'Jarius Sneed.
I
I guess you could maybe argue that Jeffrey Simmons is the best defensive player on there, and he was certainly making an impact. But
against the worst offensive line in the league, you're going to have a field day.
And he did. Shout out Jeffrey Simmons.
But also, Will Anderson had a field day.
Yes, Will Anderson also had a great day.
And you look at the sack numbers.
Yeah. Daniil Hunter had 3 sacks.
Yeah.
Will Anderson, I believe, had 2. Yes, Will Anderson had 2. A couple guys had 1 as well. It was
Dude, Daniil
open season.
Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson will forever be like my favorite duo on a defensive line.
It's fantastic. It really is.
It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It definitely is very concerning. Okay, let's move on to the 4 o'clock games.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Broncos 29, Raiders 19.
This was the best one.
It was. Bo Nix continues to impress me week by week. Last week pissed me off that he impressed me, but he impressed me nonetheless.
I have a feeling that the Raiders' next game, Desmond Ritter's going to start.
I actually, so Gardner Minshew went down with a season-ending broken collarbone.
Oh, I think I was zoned out for that.
Yeah, so he went down with an injury. That's why Ritter came into the game. I believe Aiden O'Connell should be available next week.
I'd probably go Ritter.
Please call Daniel Jones. He's going to clear waivers on Monday. Please give him a call. There are 3 teams right now that need to give him a call. The Raiders, the Cowboys, and depending on what Brock Purdy's injury looks like, the 49ers, because Brandon Allen was not working. We'll talk about it, but but yeah, I think Danny Dimes in the Bay might happen, but we'll see. Cortland Sutton is awesome. He's just, I don't know why. Why does he do this? Middle of the season, Cortland Sutton is a doll.
He did it for you last year.
Yeah. He scored a touchdown in like 6 straight weeks last year with Russ. 8 receptions, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Devon Vele. I'm so glad that Devon Vele is the guy that decided to show up out of this draft class. Obviously, this has been a fantastic draft class for the Broncos. I'm glad Devon Vele is the guy that has also stepped up alongside Bo Nix. 6 receptions, 80 yards for him. Both teams abysmal at running the ball. I think both teams were under 70 rushing yards. But, when you look at the running back committees, you're not surprised. Shout out Jacoby Myers for trying, and Trey Tucker. 10 receptions, 121 for Jacoby. 7 receptions, 82 for Trey Tucker. Brock Bowers finally got limited.
Because Michael Mayer's back.
10 targets, 4 receptions for Brock Bowers. Well, you say that about Michael Mayer. He got that 1 target in like the first play. He got 1 more in that game, and he caught both of them, but he didn't really do much. But Brock Bowers did get limited. 10 targets, 4 receptions. It's scary. Because it wasn't even really drops either. He was just getting missed quite a few times. But, yeah, the Broncos continue to roll. I really like watching them. I don't think they're like a contender, but they're fun.
What's the rest of their schedule look like?
Let's do it quick. We'll do it quick. Luckily, there's 6 teams on bye, so there's less games to talk about this week. Browns is a win. Colts probably a win, I would say. This defense is good enough to stop them.
Chargers could be a good game.
At Chargers, I think you lose against Harbaugh.
Yeah. Your final 3 is tough, but next 2 weeks should be a win.
Yeah, let's be honest. You're going to be at 9 wins when you go in to play the Chargers. You need one out of those last 3. Chargers, Bengals, Chiefs.
They're gonna make a push for the wild card spot.
They almost beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Shit, dude, they might make a push for this division. I know the Chiefs look very good right now because they're winning. Well, they don't look very good, but their record does.
Yeah.
They could still lose games. Still 5 of them for them to lose.
Refs won't allow that.
I know. Okay, let's move on to 49ers 10, Packers 38. This was a sad game to watch if you've watched a single 49ers game ever, because this is the worst lineup they could have possibly rolled out there. No Brock Purdy, no Brandon Ayuk, no Trent Williams, no Nick Bosa, no Charvarius Ward.
Wow.
What else is left, you ask? Brandon Allen at quarterback, who hasn't started a game since he was in Cincinnati in 2021.
What's next? You're going to tell me Fred Warner left with an injury?
I don't think so. He might have, unless maybe you know something I don't, because I was cooking dinner for the second half of this game. Yeah, Brandon Allen sucks. Christian McCaffrey, once again, I keep saying this every week since he's come back. He doesn't look the same.
Yeah, this was just a Josh Jacobs game.
This was the Josh Jacobs game, and I think it's because Jordan Love has found new ways to win despite looking like shit. And the new way is Josh Jacobs can't be stopped. 26 carries, 106, and 3 touchdowns is unbelievable for Josh Jacobs. Like, this is stuff we haven't seen in 2 years from him.
Yeah.
He looks unreal right now. And, like, he wasn't even breaking off huge runs. 18 was his long.
2 of his touchdowns were 1-yard rushes.
Yeah, 2 of his touchdowns, 1-yard rushes. But nobody can stop him. Jordan Love was fine. 13 for 23 is pretty bad. 163, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He only got sacked twice.
The no picks is pretty impressive.
No picks is pretty impressive. That hasn't happened once this season. This is his first game this season without an interception.
No.
Yes.
I thought he had last week he didn't have a pick.
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, but he's also had multiple picks. You might be right about last week not having. No, he did. Yeah, every single week.
Oh.
And he missed, 2-3 weeks?
Of course, the one time I'd take him to have over half a pick.
Yeah. Brutal. It's a bad beat for you.
You're welcome, Jordan Love. I saved your season.
Yeah, but 49ers, please get healthy. That's all I'm asking for. This was not fun to watch.
You have too much talent not to be healthy.
Yeah. We can move on because this game sucked. I hated it. Romeo Dubs, get better soon. I might need you soon. Cardinals 6, Seahawks 60. What the fuck are we doing here? Yeah. Okay. See, it's a great post by the Seahawks. I will give them all the credit in the world. Yeah, double XP weekend. I would love to. I literally wrote down in my notes, I want to make jokes about Kyler and Call of Duty during the bye week. This game was just unbelievably weird. I don't even think I can blame Kyler because he looked fine. 24 for 37, 285, no touchdowns. Yes, he got sacked 5 times. That was an offensive line problem for both of these teams.
They couldn't run the ball.
Yeah, they also could not run the ball at all. But it was an unfortunate interception that Kyler threw, and it ended up being a pick 6, which was, decisive in this game. It was a bit of a desperation pass that just got over the hands of his receiver, and it got returned for a touchdown by Kobe Bryant. Shout out to Mamba. They also couldn't do anything in the red zone. Cardinals 0-2 in their red zone trips. Both of them were the 2 field goals that were kicked by
what's he going to take to get Trey McBride a receiving touchdown?
Oh, my God, bro. He's unreal. What did he into 12 receptions?
Nathan, scroll down.
Scroll down real quick.
Yeah, it's amazing.
12 receptions, 133, no touchdown. It's been weeks, right? Or is it all season?
All season. He has a rushing touchdown.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's unreal.
But he does not have a receiving touchdown.
Yeah, also, DK Metcalf got fed in the first half, didn't see the ball again.
Yeah, it was JSN's time.
Yeah, JSN just stepped up, 6 receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown for him. This game was just so weird, man. We thought this was probably going to be the best game of the 3 because these are 2 defenses that are garbage. Did he drop this? Wait, what happened? Oh, was that a catch? Did they call it a catch? Okay, so they did call it a touchdown. Yeah, it seemed like he got enough steps in before it got knocked out there for the touchdown. So, A.J. Brown, touchdown for the Eagles. What does that make the score?
Should be
So, it'll be 13-7 Eagles after they make an extra point.
I just want to interject here. I know
Please.
we don't talk about this. College basketball.
Okay.
Kennesaw State played a team today.
They beat Rutgers.
Shout
Rutgers
out.
with Dylan Harper and
Yeah.
Ace Bailey,
Yeah.
and they won.
Who do we have? Probably like a white kid from a Cherokee County school.
Let's go take a look. Let's see who had a good game for Kennesaw.
And nobody.
That would be
Bro, this kid who was in my
Simeon Cottle from College Park, Georgia.
Shout out.
That name sounds familiar.
6'2",
Definitely one of our
165
classes.
guards.
He might have been.
Oh, also off the bench, Jamil Miller from Spokane, Washington.
Oh,
That sounds
name
so
definitely
familiar.
sounds familiar.
He's a freshman,
Okay.
Okay, then
and
never mind.
he's 6'6", 199. So you'd have seen him if you
Yeah.
were walking
What do you
around
mean? I didn't go to
campus.
class.
That's fair.
Well, Colin, also, you graduated before this fall.
Came off the
He's a
bench,
freshman.
played 34 minutes. Props to him.
I'd like to say I think Saquon is fine.
Yeah, Saquon's fine. 13 rushes, 73 yards. We're about to talk about that game.
Dylan Harper
um,
did have 21 points though for Rutgers.
Yeah, they're
so
dogs. All right, enough college basketball.
Yep, moving
That's
on.
all the college basketball for the season.
It's
I
just
hope
cool
you guys
that you
enjoy.
lost to Kennesaw.
Yeah. So yeah, to talk about the Cardinals weren't very good. The Seahawks weren't much better. Couldn't run the ball either. Shout out Leonard Williams, 2.5 sacks for the Seahawks. But
It's a little
yeah, this
normal.
game just absolutely disappointing. Super weird.
Yo, Nathan, what's a brother got to do for you to go grab me a bottle of water? Can you please go get me a bottle of water? Yes.
Here, wait until we're done with the NFL. We could take a pause and then. Oh yeah, we could just do it during MLB. Nathan has nothing to pull up. Eagles Rams Sunday Night Football is where we're at. Not much to talk about that we haven't already mentioned. It's 13-7 Eagles. About a minute 20 and a half left over. Matthew Stafford looks fine. He got his legs moving. One rush for 15 yards, like on the first drive of the game. Kyron Williams, 8 carries, 47 yards. He got himself a touchdown. Jalen Hurts,
good.
11 for 13, 101 and a touchdown. Looking good in the air right now. Saquon having a great day, 13 carries, 73 yards. Hurts got 36 on the ground, so off to a hot start.
He needs to cut that shit out. Same with Kenneth Gainwell.
I was about to
don't
say.
feed him the ball.
Whenever the Eagles play, it seems to be Saquon gets a ton of yards and Gainwell and Hurts get the touchdowns. How do the receivers look?
Yeah, I know Saquon leads the league at getting stopped on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
And then
Is that a
Jalen.
fact?
Yeah, they were talking
okay.
about it. And Jalen Hurts has like 11 rushing touchdowns
Yeah.
from the 1 yard line.
That's crazy.
I'm
That's
just like-
actually insane. A.J. Brown has that touchdown that we were just talking about. 4 receptions, 69 yards for him. Nobody else really doing that much in the receiving game.
Bro, who-
Saquon already got his 3 targets, so that's a hit
Who's
for you.
who's the dumbass that would take the under on AJ Brown's receiving yards, knowing Devontae Smith is out of this game?
I told you I would take the under, and then I went, wait, is Devontae Smith playing? You said no, and I said, I don't know about that then.
Sorry, one parlay has the under, one has the over.
Oh, that's an interesting way to hedge. Okay. Puka Nacua, 4 receptions, 45 yards. Nobody else has really done anything. Yeah, not much else to talk about yet. If we get into the second half,
Can we look at tackles real quick?
yeah, we can go to tackles. Let's see what Zach Ballins got.
Nothing.
One.
He's one.
One total tackle. for
Hey,
Zach.
Jared Verse has got 3 though.
N'Kobe Dean is going to work.
And Quinyon, so Quinyon needs 1 more, and Jared Verse hit. Let's go,
Shout out Fisk. Getting
Dude.
fisky.
dude. There was literally a boosted line for him to have a sack too, and I almost took it.
It's unfortunate. Should have believed. Shout out Fisk. Shout out V8. That's what I've decided. That's what I've decided his nickname is now. V8. I think it plays better, like an engine. Not the tomato juice.
Sure.
All right, whatever, man. Fuck you. Monday Night
Whoa.
Football, Ravens Chargers. What are we thinking?
No,
Gus Edwards,
no,
J.K. Dobbins.
You can't say that
Revenge
shit and
game.
then just move on.
Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins revenge game.
They're not even gonna run the ball that much because they're gonna be behind.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Baltimore, kind of shaky.
Yeah, but Lamar's probably still gonna have like 5 total touchdowns
Probably.
and like
Yeah.
400
We know what Nathan's rooting for.
total.
Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers to get fantasy points.
But he also needs Quentin Johnson to have a legacy game.
Okay. I needed Josh. I could take a Josh Palmer or Will Dissly decent game. Both of them decent games.
So does that mean Ladd can have the legacy
Ladd
game?
can have a legacy game. That is fine by me.
Hey, Glad we're in agreement here,
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah, for sure. You're welcome to do that.
Here's to just hoping he plays, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm already forgetting. Is this an Eagles home game or a Rams home game?
Rams.
So 2 straight days they have games at SoFi Stadium? That seems like a lot. Yeah. Staples, yeah. Why do they do... Man, just build them their own place.
Nah, it's fine.
The Clippers got their own place now. The Intuit Dome.
The what?
Yeah, that place is pretty cool.
The Intuit Dome?
Yeah, like Intuit that owns TurboTax.
Okay.
It's a wealth.
They have a section in this place, Colin,
The
that
ball.
tracks how much you stand up and are active during the games. And if you're not active enough,
They'll take
often
away your
enough, they
tickets.
take away your ticket in that section. And you're
Yeah.
not allowed to sit in that section anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. I'm going to be honest.
Whose stadium is this?
The Clippers.
The Clippers.
There's
They
nobody
only want the
cheering
most
for them.
hype fans in this section. Kind of like,
because their team's so bad.
well, like I know you've been to Atlanta United games. You know,
Yeah,
they
the
have
Ultras,
the
yeah.
Ultras, right? That's big in soccer. It's kind of like that. They want that atmosphere where these people are the loudest and the craziest motherfuckers in the building.
Yeah.
So if you're not willing to put in that energy, get out.
That's fine. I'd rather sit my ass at home and watch it on TV anyways.
I don't want to watch the Clippers at all.
Have you guys ever been to a basketball game, like a professional basketball game?
When I was little.
Me and you have been to a Hawks
I
game.
don't think we have.
Yeah. I've been to a
I don't
Hawks
think
game
I
for
have.
sure.
When I was just a wee little boy.
I've definitely been to one Hawks game in my life.
I don't think I have.
I think we did because like we used to go to Thrashers games and stuff. I'm pretty sure we went to a Hawks game.
We might have to text the boss about this.
The boss? You mean our
Boss.
dad? I don't know if we've ever referred to him as the boss.
The most recent basketball game I went to was a women's Louisville basketball game when they came to
Shout out
Georgia
Mississippi
Tech.
State women's basketball.
Dubs.
Coach P.
I think they're having a decent season.
Please don't pull that up. Just like calling it a water, man.
Not my boy.
What's
Not my
your
boy
what's
right
your
there.
what's your Ravens Chargers prediction while Nathan pulls up
fuck yes.
Mississippi State?
Okay. Yeah, give me the Ravens. I'm gonna go 35, and the Chargers
Oh shit. Okay.
28.
Oh, gonna get a fucking classic on Monday Night Football. Mississippi State 6-0.
The first month you usually never play
Yeah,
anybody.
college basketball unless you're playing in a bunch of invitationals.
Because I know right now it's all about recruitment. He's been having a lot of like the top prospects come out.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, KSU's smallest win was over the 24th ranked team in the nation. Yeah. Ron Harper's a dog.
That dude's got huge.
I hate this guy. He's too ripped. He's too ripped of a ref.
Also, the bags under his eyes makes it looks like he recently divorced and doesn't sleep. They
South Carolina just lost today to UCLA.
played.
They lost their like
Pretty sure
43.
they play
Why are
South-
we talking about women's college basketball?
Hold on.
Let what?
I'm pretty sure they play South Carolina every year.
Yeah, they're an SEC team. They play SEC teams. Dumbass. All right. Hit the pause on the recording so Colin can get a water. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're going to talk about baseball.
Now we'll keep it with women's basketball.
No.
They're
MLB offseason time.
they played Georgia Tech in
You
December.
actually have something to say about this. Royals sending Brady Singer to the Reds for Jonathan India. The Royals also get outfielder Joey Weimer. But the big thing, Brady Singer and Jonathan India, 2 years together. Actually, I think 3 years together at the University of Florida as teammates. Brutal.
sad.
It is brutal.
They just wanted to play together one last.
Yeah, imagine you're one of them, and like Jonathan India gets called into the office, and they're like, "Hey, man, we're sending you to the Royals." He's like, "Yes, I get to play with my college teammate." About that.
About that.
No, you don't.
He's coming here.
Yeah, he's actually going to be here. We like him more than you. is exactly what that means. I like this move by the Royals. You add a second baseman, kind of a sure guy. Great defensively at second base.
Yeah, because
obviously Bobby Witt's the guy at short, but
Brady Singer wasn't really working out. In
no,
Kansas City.
and you've got a big three. You've got at least a big three.
Cole Reagan, Seth
Lugo, two guys top 4
and you also have
in
Michael
Cy
Walker.
Young, and then Michael Walker, who already re-signed with you, was very good last year, probably his best year of his career.
Thanks, man.
Waterboy came in clutch. But yeah, I like this move, honestly, for both sides. I think Brady Singer offers I think he had a career high in innings pitched this past season. He only had a 3.71 ERA, not too bad at all, especially for Brady Singer, who was fourth in the rotation for the Royals. Not bad at all. I love this trade for both sides. Jack Flaherty has been maybe a little bit overlooked as a free agent pitcher. Top 4 teams right now contending for him: Dodgers, Padres, Yankees, Angels. Which one's the best fit? Obviously, the Dodgers he just won a World Series with, but
yeah, but they have so many pitchers that are going to come back from being hurt. I don't know.
I don't think anybody can hear you crumbling that paper. Comment below if you heard Nathan crumble that paper.
What'd you get to eat? Dead ass?
Yeah, he did. When I picked up, so Nathan, Colin ordered lunch earlier today. Nathan ordered dinner to get here, and they ordered the same restaurant. Say it into the mic if you guys are going to talk.
What sandwich did you get?
Bad doobie.
Oh, okay, we're good then.
What'd you get?
I don't remember, but it wasn't that one.
You didn't get the Fat Andy, the new
Nathan doesn't like
sandwich?
fried pickles.
True.
He probably got the fat Jersey, if I had to guess. I feel like that's one that you get.
Jersey. I used to get the Gorbies.
Yeah, those waters always freeze when you pull them out of the out of that fridge. I keep my fridge very cold. Okay, so yeah, Jack Flaherty.
It was a jersey.
Fat Jersey. I know my guys. All right. Jack Flaherty, what's the best fit out of those 4?
I'm gonna go the Angels.
I think so too.
Yankees don't really need them.
I don't think they do. I know that the Yankees are going to go out and look for starting pitching. I don't think Flaherty's the guy. And just to add on to that, there is reportedly mutual interest between the Yankees and former Dodgers pitcher Walker Buehler, who's also a free agent. That move makes a lot more sense to me.
Stetson Bennett standing closer to the field than Matthew Stafford.
I think Stafford probably just is getting ready to go to the. He's got to be into the locker room earlier because he's got to talk.
Stetson's probably thinking about
whatever he's going to drink tonight after the game.
No, whatever Matthew Stafford's wife, the whole
Kelly?
backup thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man.
Hey, they went to Georgia.
That's true. He was a backup quarterback at Georgia for one point.
Just one.
Yeah, big time, big gap between the two.
Cougar's going to be a Cougar.
All right.
She
I like Kelly Stafford. I disavow whatever this guy's saying. 4th and 7, going for it was kind of weird because now there's going to be 1 second on the clock, and the Rams are just going to kneel it out. I guess I would assume 1 second will get put on the clock. I don't know. Maybe they'll just go to half, but it seems like there should be 1 second.
It
Whatever.
seemed like that that's all they were trying to do was they didn't want to punt it.
Yeah, but it's also like one of those things where you run backwards. You don't actually drop back in the pocket and then get sacked. Okay. I like Walker Buehler to the Yankees potentially. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. Have him as the 2 in this rotation behind Cole. That way you can push down Rodon and whoever else is going to be in this rotation next year and put him in a different spot. Yeah, 2 seconds put on the clock there.
Get rid of Nestor Cortez.
Yeah, dude, Nestor Cortez got to go. Juan Soto likely to start getting his offers this week. So he's already met with the Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, and Blue Jays. Still expected to meet with the Dodgers and Phillies. Do not like that 2 NL East teams are in on this.
There's no way he fucking goes to the Phillies, right?
I don't know.
Where?
Man.
Like, where's he going to play?
I don't know. Anywhere, just corner outfield. They'll do anything to get Juan Soto on that team. I'm sure of it. But also, me and Luke talked about this on Friday. Steve Cohen apparently said that whatever offer Juan Soto gets, he'll beat the highest offer by $50 million, no matter what the number is. So that'll pretty well lock him up for the Mets, if I had to guess. Red Sox, if they miss out on Juan Soto, they are likely to go all in on Teoscar Hernandez.
Really?
Yeah. So they seem to really be looking for corner outfielder / DH bat. Is something big that they want this offseason. I think they aren't necessarily happy with how Tyler O'Neill's season went. Just looking to upgrade there, which I don't blame them for.
He was also fighting injuries all year.
Yeah, which has been kind of an issue for him for a couple of years.
It's hard to perform on a team when the pitchers just know that they can pitch around you, and then it'll be fine.
Exactly. There's just not enough offensive firepower in that lineup, and that's what they're trying to add this offseason. I just don't think they're there yet. The youth is there.
I think they need
for
to
sure.
trade Tristan Cassis.
I agree. I think if they do trade him, it'll probably be in a trade for Garrett Crochet, if I had to guess. But we'll just have to see. That's all I've got for the MLB. Like we said, not much happening.
Try to get Andrew Vaughn packaged with Garrett Crochet as well.
I would like that. If I were a Red Sox fan, I'd like that move. Got about 2 more weeks till winter meetings. That's when the floodgates kind of open on free agency. We'll see the top guys start going. Apparently, Soto's going to sign before then. I don't know about that. So bear with us for a couple more weeks of very boring MLB coverage. Okay. I think it's time for college football. That was enough extremely boring MLB
this is going to be painful.
discussion. Yes, I know it will be painful. Nathan, I forgot to tell you, the ones I put asterisks with, you don't need to pull the box score for. So we'll start. Number 5, Indiana 15. Number 2, Ohio State 38. This one was won on special teams. I'll be honest. Special teams, very much the difference here between these two teams. You just...
I wonder who on special teams.
Yeah, Ohio State special teams was unreal.
It's okay. You can say his name.
No, you got it. You know him very well. Way better than I do. Caleb Downs took back a punt.
It's like really the best thing he's done all year, honestly.
Maybe. Other than be the best safety in college football.
Yeah.
But
I was trying to not make myself feel sad.
Yeah, it's all right. You don't need to be sad about this. There's much more to be sad about if you're an Alabama fan this weekend. Indiana could not match up with them on special teams whatsoever, and it gave Ohio State all the momentum in the world. After that first quarter, I was sold. I was like, Indiana's for real. They look way too real right now. What's going to happen? This happened. They gave up 28 unanswered points across the second and third quarter, and we're out of this game by the end of it. Late, desperate touchdown and a 2-point conversion by Indiana at the end of that game. This was 38-7 in my book. Will Howard looked very good. I'll give him some credit. He did throw a pick, but he looked very good. Only 4 incompletions for him. Emeka Egbuka got involved, which I love to see because he just has not been the guy this season, even though he stayed. His main reason for wanting to stay was to mentor Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith gets all the attention. Egbuka just kind of gets pushed to the side. This game, he looked
So does Cardinal
phenomenal.
Tate.
Yeah, Cardinal Tate needs some credit for sure. He is a dog. He's had 2 straight pretty good weeks. Curtis Rourke just had no chance against this defensive line. He was 8 for 18. He had all the pressure in the world on him. He got sacked 5 times, 2.5 of those by Cody Simon. He had no chance. Just unbelievable. Running game, they were okay. Tyson Lawton, 15 carries, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. Justice Ellison had 17 carries, 62 yards. The James Evans negative 23-yard rush is very interesting.
Is that a real thing?
No, I think he's the punter, and I think he got sacked.
They try to fake, or
Yeah, I think
a aborted snap.
I can't remember exactly what happened, but yeah, I think he's the punter, and he lost 23 yards. But Indiana just had no chance. I'll give Ohio State credit here. Doing the cigarette, throwing it on the ground, and putting it out, that was funny against Coach Signetti.
Yeah.
And then pulling up on the Jumbotron right after the game. Buckeyes win. Google it. I like how Ohio State has handled this, but also I'm really interested to see the fallout for Indiana. I don't know what's going to happen from here. Yeah. I will say that for certain.
Also, Justin Fields is just living the best backup life in the world.
Yeah, dude. Played a Thursday game in the snow.
No pressure on him whatsoever.
Yeah, in Cleveland, and then just pulls up to Columbus for the game.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Not tired because he hardly did anything.
Yeah, all he did was just throw a pass in a position where he just simply shouldn't have.
He ran the ball 3 times and attempted 1 pass.
Yeah.
And then your night was done.
He's getting paid. He is getting paid. But yeah, Indiana, just I don't know about frauds, but certainly not a contender
Question mark.
in the Big Ten. I believe this clinches the Big Ten, most likely clinches the Big Ten title game for Ohio State and Oregon. Ohio State just has to win Week 13, the game against Michigan. Or week Yeah, week 14. Okay, let's run through a couple of games. Top teams that won. Kentucky 14, number 3, Texas 31. Don't even need to see that one. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care. Number 4, Penn State 26, Minnesota 25. This was damn close. Should not have been this close at all. Minnesota was winning at multiple times in this game. Penn State pulls it out. James Franklin, still a fraud. Still don't think this team's going to be a contender, but I'm sure they'll be there. I do want to talk about this game, though. Number 19, Army, 14. Number 6, Notre Dame, 49. What could have been? What could have been? Imagine if Army won this game.
Yeah, well, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
And Notre Dame really knows how to run the ball.
Yeah, Jeremiah Love. What the hell? What the hell was it? 7 carries, 130, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Aeneas Williams, 3 carries, 62 yards, 1 touchdown. Jadarian Price, 10 carries, 53 yards, 2 touchdowns. What the fuck? And then Riley Leonard had a solid day in the passing game. On the ground, he's pretty good. 8 carries, 30 yards. Riley Leonard, Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, Aeneas Williams, they could run their way through potentially a first-round win.
Yeah.
Depending on who they're matched up with. Because at number 6 right now, they'll definitely move up with Indiana's loss. They're probably going to get the 6th seed because it'll put, some teams obviously push back and whatnot. I think they'll probably get the 6th seed, which means they'll play the number 11 team, which might be Boise State. This Notre Dame team will beat Boise State.
By like 20.
Yes, especially the Boise State that we're seeing right now. They will beat Boise State. Shout out to Bryson Daly for putting your body on the line 39 fucking times in this game. He gets beat to hell and never slows down in these games. 139 on 39 rushes. He had 2 touchdowns. Shout out to him for scoring and just doing his thing. Unfortunately, Notre Dame hates America. They do. I'm sorry. Notre Dame
Maybe
hate
they're
America.
Navy guys.
They beat Navy as well.
Maybe they're Air Force guys.
I think they played Air Force too. I could be wrong.
Maybe they're Coast Guard guys.
They could be Coast Guard guys. Maybe the Citadel is maybe their more their speed.
Please do not schedule the Citadel on your schedule.
That's
probably
coming
like
from experience.
a 79 to nothing.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about what you don't want to talk about right now.
Already?
Yes.
I'm be honest, I didn't even watch the game.
Number 7, Alabama 3, Oklahoma 24. What the fuck happened here?
I told Sabi asked me, he goes, hey, you want to go back home? We could just watch the Alabama game. I was like, no, I don't plan on watching this game at all.
Yeah,
because I knew deep down that there was always a big chance we lose this game.
Yeah. Okay, just bear with me right now. 3-24 against Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, 15 carries for 7 yards for Jalen Milrose.
A problem.
Awesome. 11 completions on 26 attempts for 164 yards and 3 interceptions.
Yes.
One being a pick 6.
This was all Milroe. Okay, half Milroe, half DeBoer.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I've constantly been shitting on DeBoer with these losses and these close games. He has parked his car in the garage of the house that Nick Saban built, and he's just kept it running and closed the door behind him.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
He's trying to destroy
Alabama. Is he a plant? Is that what this is? I don't know what the fuck is happening, but he has somehow come in and he has lost 2 games to unranked opponents, something that Nick Saban in his entire Alabama career did 1 time.
That was our first 3-loss season since 2010.
Yeah. Dude, there are actual...
Also, since when does Jackson Arnold have 25 carries for 131 yards?
We're going to talk about Jackson Arnold in a second. There are high school freshmen that have never seen Alabama lose 3 games till right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. Like, that is genuinely a problem.
Ryan, that was a touchdown.
It was.
That was a touchdown.
It was a touchdown. It was a touchdown. Jalen Milroe's ass. We already hit on that.
Yeah.
Jackson Arnold. Okay. 25 carries, 131. Unreal for Jackson Arnold.
Like,
9 for 11 in the passing game is great. He only threw for 68 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. But shout out to him for just kind of reining it all back in after getting benched earlier in the season. He got benched through like 5 or 6 games, comes back out. These last like 3 or 4 games have been awesome for Jackson Arnold.
He showed Jalen Milroe how, like, whatever Jalen Milroe type of quarterback he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
Yeah. If you want to be a running quarterback, do what Jackson Arnold did. 25 carries is crazy. Yeah, 2 incompletions. That's how you do it. Xavier Robinson, can't look over him either. 18 carries, 107, 2 touchdowns.
No.
Yes, Alabama can make the college football playoff somehow still. Yeah, I know. Yes, they are. ESPN is sucking their own dick. I agree.
That was a crazy edit.
It's a crazy fucking
That's
graphic to
crazy.
see. Please get that off my screen. But Alabama can make it in. They shouldn't, but they can. There's a lot of bullshit that could happen.
I thought there was like a 0%.
No, it's
chance.
somehow there. It's still there. We'll talk about all of that in a second. But, yeah. What the fuck was it? Can we look at the sack numbers for Oklahoma? How many times did they? That was it. Milroe just ran backwards a lot. Good Lord. Okay. Yeah. On 15 carries, you only got sacked once. That's concerning. Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
There's some decisions to be made at Alabama.
Ty Simpson needs to start next week.
I'm not even talking about this
I
year.
think so.
I'm talking about this winter. There are some decisions to be made.
Ty Simpson is much better at reading a defense.
That's true. Congratulations to Oklahoma. Bowl eligible with 2 conference wins.
Yeah, this was their welcome to the SEC.
You beat Alabama.
I'm just confused how they only scored a field goal in the first quarter.
Dude, I'm
turnovers.
as confused.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, you
having
couldn't keep the ball.
3 interceptions. Did they have any fumbles?
No.
No.
They recovered
No.
one.
But, like, you never even got into field goal range but once in the
Nope.
first quarter?
They were that bad.
Not
And you
unless
only
they-
got sacked once.
Not unless they missed.
Well, dude,
Like I
look
said,
at all
I
the
didn't
incomplete
watch.
passes. It's a good way to not
That's
move down the
true.
field.
Nah.
Nah, the kicker was fine. He only had to do one thing.
Also, 3 punt returns for only 8 yards. The fuck we doing, Ryan?
Yeah, that is okay. That was something we didn't talk about in the NFL. Why was everybody catching punt returns when they did not need to, and then running backwards?
Like
that
that
happened so many
That
times.
one dude who just like dove
Yeah,
to catch it, and I'm just like, what the-
there was so many weird ones in the NFL this week. Okay,
now I'm even more confused.
Okay,
Oklahoma.
you can look at this
have a
after.
punt return.
Yeah, you can. Well, that just means that they fair caught every punt.
Oh, I thought it still showed up.
No, you have to advance it, or you have to try and move. If you fair catch every time, it doesn't count as a
They
return.
punted 4 times.
Okay. Let's move on. Wake Forest 14, number 8. Miami 42, of course. Wake Forest tried to make this close really early on, and then Miami just
at
ran
one
over.
point wasn't it 14-14?
I believe it was. I think it might have been 14-7. Or, no, I think it was 14-14 was the best Wake was at. Number 9, Ole Miss 17, Florida 24. Lane Kiffin, you are a fucking joke. He really is. Figure the fuck out, dude. Figure it out. How do
I
you
can't say anything.
How do you stand up and beat Georgia, and you can't go on the road and beat the Gators?
I have a very similar question.
Yeah,
How the fuck do you beat Georgia and you can't go on the road to beat Oklahoma?
I guess that's fair. Yeah. I want to give some credit here. DJ Lagway is becoming an intriguing quarterback. I'm not going to say he's great. He's a true freshman.
I think he's fun to watch.
I think he's very fun to watch for sure. I think he's one of those guys that's going to get some Heisman appreciation next year, preseason wise. Like we're going to go into the season thinking if DJ Lagway, what we saw last year from DJ Lagway could be the step forward. Yeah. Exactly. It's like Miller Moss getting some Heisman love going into this year.
I guess
He played one game.
I guess when you think about it next year, who's really going to take
Exactly. There's a lot of quarterbacks in this class.
Riley Leonard? Is he leaving?
Yeah, he is. A lot of guys leaving.
Fuck.
A lot of guys leaving. Nico probably will be like the favorite if I had to guess. I don't think there's any guy. Nathan, can you pull up the Heisman odds real quick? Is there any guys near the top of the Heisman conversation right now that aren't going to go to the NFL?
Curtis Rourke?
I think he is too. He was at Ohio for 3 years, I think.
Like just normal Ohio?
Yeah, he was a Bobcat.
What a bum.
Hunter's going to the league. Ginty, Ward, Gabriel. Is Milroe going to the league?
He should.
Yeah. Beck is going to the league.
No, he definitely should.
Ewers doesn't have to, but he probably should, or Arch might catch him.
I think if Jalen Milroe were to stay at Alabama, his draft stock would only just keep going down.
Yeah, Ewers did get banged up in that Kentucky game. Will Howard going to the league. Riley Leonard, I believe, is going to the league. Shador might be the first overall pick. Who fucking knows? Klubnik doesn't necessarily have to. So I don't think Klubnik will. I think Drew Aller will.
Jeremiah Smith is on. That's hilarious.
Jeremiah Smith will not be. He's not allowed. Yeah, I think Nico will probably be the Heisman favorite going into next year, if I had to guess. That's so off topic, but yeah, Ole Miss. What Jackson Dart? What the fuck happened to you? 24 for 41, 323, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks.
He was on a roller coaster of emotions. He got his favorite wide receiver back.
Yeah, and then
just for him to get banged up and leave the game again.
That's true. And then Jackson Dart was like, "You know what I should do late in this game in crunch time? I should throw 2 interceptions." It was fucking bad,
also,
dude.
He didn't really have a running back.
Yeah, no run game at all, except for himself with 71 yards on the ground. But
where's HPJ?
That's a good point. I believe Henry Parrish was hurt.
Bummer.
Yeah, just shit showing by Lane Kiffin.
The only thing that will make the Ole Miss season sweeter is if they lose the Egg Bowl.
If Ole Miss loses the Egg Bowl while I'm in attendance,
Brock's going to tell you you're never allowed to Ole Miss again.
Which, look, I'm sure I'm going to love the Grove. I'm sure I'm going to love Vaught Hemingway Stadium.
You don't plan on...
There's not a lot of things that 70-yard rushing touchdown by Saquon Barkley. Colin, I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm so glad that we record video. I am so glad that we record video. Nathan, please get me a timestamp for whatever the fuck just happened. 70-yard rushing touchdown by Saquon. We'll address that once we're done here with college football. Horrible shit here by Ole Miss. I don't know what the fuck. What a way to start the half.
Fuck you, Stanley.
What happened here? Because what we're seeing right now is a fumble recovery.
Oh.
That is nowhere near the 30-yard line. What happened?
It might have... Yeah, it already
happened. It already happened.
I just got that.
Gotcha.
My phone's on, do not disturb.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Philly up 20-7. All right. Yeah, we can move on from Ole Miss, Florida. We'll run through quite a few games here real quick. UMass 21, number 10 UGA 59. UMass scoring the most points that UGA has given up against a number of very good teams, which is crazy. They obviously still lost 59 to 21. UTEP 0, number 11 Tennessee 56. Just a little field day for Tennessee.
Did you see the defensive lineman for Tennessee tap the quarterback on the shoulder after throwing a pick?
Yeah.
I thought that was the funniest shit. Bro.
Yeah, dude. It's
like, brother, you're playing UTEP.
Yeah, that's why you go out there. You just play games.
He's like, good try.
Yeah. Number 12, Boise State 17, Wyoming 13. I will quickly say this. Ashton Jeanty is so injured. We don't even really need to look into this game.
He started off this game really well, though.
Yeah, but I think he's been injured for weeks. I know he still put up crazy numbers. 19 carries, 169, and a touchdown. It's unbelievable. He had a 61-yard touchdown early in this game, and that was the biggest thing he did in the game. But this Boise State team is such a far cry from the team that lost to Oregon by 3 points. This is not even, and it's really just coming down to Ashton Jeanty's health. He is battling through 5 different injuries simultaneously, still putting up great numbers, but you can tell he can't break tackles like he was earlier in the year.
He has the whole team on his fucking back.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He's not only hurt, he's also carrying everybody in his backpack right now. Maddox Madsen is the shortest and most incompetent quarterback I've ever watched. He can't make a difference unless there is literally nobody in coverage. It's unbelievable. 5'10", 203. Small is the same size. So
you're 203.
Yeah, Maddox Madsen's just not good enough to win them games. And if Ashton Jeanty is not at full health, Boise State is getting bounced first round of the playoff. 100%, zero chance they win the game.
You know why he's playing? Because if he misses one game, that Heisman goes to Travis Hunter
Yeah.
no matter what.
It already is.
Which
He's already
is-
minus 1,000 to
which
win
is
right now.
insane. Travis Hunter's odds went up and they lost and got
Yeah.
destroyed by
And he wasn't even
Kansas.
really that good in that game.
He had a
caught the
touchdown
ball
and
pretty well. But
I think he had a pass deflection,
Sure.
and that was it.
Oh shit!
Shinty had a touchdown and 160 yards on 19 carries and averaged 8 yards a carry. So
I'm getting to the point now where I'm just going to accept that Travis Hunter's going to win, and I know exactly why, which is that everybody's arguing the same thing as Shohei Ohtani. He does both, and nobody else does. And it doesn't matter if he's not the best pitcher and not the best hitter, or he's not the best corner, he's not the best wide receiver. If he's a top one, he's better than everybody else. That's
the problem
that's
is
how
that
they're going to value it.
Shohei was arguably the best pitcher, and
No, not the best pitcher.
Okay, sorry, he was a top 3 to 5 pitcher.
But the thing is,
and
is
a
like he's
top
never
two
been
hitter.
a Cy Young finalist. And Travis Hunter, not going to win the Blitnikoff, not going to win. I can't remember what the defensive award is, but
Alan Woodson?
no, I can't remember. But nonetheless, I think Woodson does have an award. It might be for the secondary. I'm not sure. But he's not going to be the best at either. But because he's top 10 at both, he's going to get valued higher. And it also, people are going to shit on Ashton Ginty's schedule, and they're going to do everything they can for him to not
Even
win.
though he played the number 1 team in the country as
Yes.
well, and still did better than
Yes.
the number 2 team in the country did against them
Correct.
rushing. And teams are literally putting. I heard you talk about this on a recent episode.
Yeah, they're putting
that
9 or more
putting
players in the box.
9 out of 11 players in the box to stop him.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter's still going one-on-one as a receiver and getting screen pass touchdowns.
Yes.
Getting
That's true.
screen passes to
Which is
pad his.
Arguably more difficult because you have to run after the catch, and
But you
everybody's
already
kinda
have
going for you.
blockers there. You
Sure.
didn't beat somebody off
Yeah.
the ball. You're basically a running back at that point.
All right, we got a couple more games to cover. We'll quickly just say number 13, SMU 33, Virginia 7. I fucking love SMU so much.
Yep.
They are so much fun to watch. Number 14, BYU 23. Number 21, Arizona State 28. Arizona State, you're officially the best team in the Big 12.
Yep.
In my opinion, at least.
Good luck in the playoffs.
Obviously, Arizona State played this game extremely well and won this game and looked phenomenal, in my opinion. It's Cam Scatta boo. It's boo. I've been saying Bo the whole time. Scatta boo. Yeah, it is. It is very cool. He is so obviously the second best running back in the nation, which is a huge, huge compliment. Yes, better than Amari Hampton, in my opinion. Amari Hampton does have more yards. I know that. But I would say Cam Scattaboo is also playing way more meaningful football at this point in the season. Oh, Caleb Johnson is also up there, for sure.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, there is. But I would say Scattaboo also missed 2 games, I think, this season. Yeah, Bryson Daly is unbelievable. But yeah, Scattaboo he's 10th in yards, and he's missed, I think, 2 games this season. He still has 226 carries, but I think he's just an absolute fucking animal. I also think that the Big 12 has like 4 of the top 10 running backs. When you have
DJ Giddens.
Yeah, DJ Giddens, RJ Harvey, Taj Brooks, Cam Scattaboo. Ollie Gordon's not even good. He's still up there. He's not up there in numbers. Devin Neal has been unbelievable. But yeah, Arizona State. Obviously, the biggest thing we should talk about with Arizona State BYU is the ending of this game. The management. Okay, Kenny Dillingham coached a phenomenal game until the last 55 seconds of this game for Arizona State. They tried to run like straight backwards, and it didn't really work. It seemed like the quarterback wasn't supposed to be the one to do that, and he just ended up being the one to run backwards. Didn't work. Ends up putting them in a horrible spot on the field to then try to waste more time by dropping back, letting some time go, and then airing it out. Well, he didn't wait long enough. The ball lands in the stands at 1 second on the clock, and it's a turnover because it was 4th down. So we didn't realize that the ball landed with 1 second still on the clock, and so Arizona State just beat the number 14 team in college football a 9-1 team. They just beat them. Of course, they stormed the field. But then they put 1 second on the clock, and you just have a field full of players while Kenny Dillingham is yelling at these refs while they're still trying to watch the replay review. And, like, dude, I love this. You had Kenny Dillingham's wife behind him yelling at the refs, too. Like, it was hilarious. And then we just had to wait, like, 25 minutes to get all the students off the field to run a Hail Mary where BYU ended up catching it on, like, the 3-yard line and almost getting the touchdown to win this game.
The fans had to put the uprights back up.
Yeah, the fans did help put the uprights back up, which is hilarious.
Tore them down and then had to help them put them back.
And I do believe
they went to the river.
Yes, I know that. I do believe that some Arizona State students did some bad things when they stormed the field. I think some guys got arrested.
Yes.
Yeah, one dude got arrested because he started attacking coaches and players.
For BYU. Yeah.
He was very intoxicated from the video I saw.
Yeah, so not an excuse.
No. Drink responsibly, especially in public scenarios.
Yeah. As a sport management student, storming the field is very dangerous.
Yes.
As a college football fan, I wish you guys would have stormed the field with a minute left. I'm kidding. But no,
I think we need to start storming the field in basketball. Storm the court.
They do.
They do every now and then, but not enough.
It's late in the season. That's a late season thing.
I need more.
It's the Storm Chasers.
Yeah,
Barstool did that whole thing. Yeah. Storm Chasers.
I need more of that.
On walk-off home runs.
I also need more Gatorade baths in basketball.
That's such a bitch to clean up. At least the turf drains.
Bro, you're telling me if Ronald
just have a bunch of people slipping.
You're telling me if Ronald Acuna hit a walk-off home run.
You know how fucking dangerous it would be?
You could.
They really take the measures for it not to happen. College sports is fine, but you can't really storm in college sports because of the nets in college baseball and MLB.
You find ways.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. You jump down the green monster.
Everyone at Athens who sits in the outfield.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Ole Miss does the same thing.
Down the fence.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I don't think it'll catch on. You can give it a try.
No.
But I don't know you if you did. You were never on this podcast. Number 15, Texas touchdown Rams, DeMarcus Robinson. Yeah, shout out to Arizona State. I think they're the best team right now in the Big 12. How they're actively playing. All right, number 15, Texas A&M.
I'm fucking goated, bro.
Colin took Robinson touchdown. Number 15, Texas A&M 41, Auburn 43 in quadruple overtime.
Wow.
All I care about is the fact that Peyton Thorne decided he knows how to throw the football very far down the field, which kept them in this game. Jarquez Hunter is the best running back in the SEC, probably. Him and Raheem Sanders, probably the top two. Dylan Sampson, probably number one, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Those three are probably the top three running backs right now in the SEC.
I'd probably put Jarquez over Dylan Sampson.
Yeah.
You got to think, you're running behind two totally different offensive lines.
Very true. Jarquez Hunter, 28 carries, 133 touchdowns in this game. All I really care about, though, is that horrendous drop on the 2-point conversion attempt in quadruple overtime where Texas A&M lost because Marcel Reed couldn't have put it more on the guy's numbers. And he just drops it. Unbelievably bad. I also, just to say what every other fan would say in this, which I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of the sport. I hate the 2-point conversions. It's the dumbest thing. I know the TV people and it's not okay. They shouldn't be playing 7 drives of football or 7 more drives of football to win the game. That's not a true way to win a game. Texas A&M had chances to win this game. If it goes to a real overtime, I think Texas A&M probably has the offense to keep scoring touchdowns. Auburn doesn't. I don't see how that's the right way to end a game. It's the same argument that people have about penalty kicks. It's not actually who decides to win the game. It's just who's better at this one thing that is not really a part of the game that much. I hate it. Like, okay, try and tell me that LSU versus Texas A&M in 2018 is not one of the most legendary regular season games of all time. 74-72? Tell me that's not the best game potentially ever. Yeah, that game is amazing. 7 overtimes in that game. I don't give a fuck about TV contracts. I don't give a fuck about, okay, well, I do give a fuck about the players' health. They don't care. If they go out and fight for a win, they don't care what it takes to get there. They just want to win. This game was ruined by the 2-point conversions, and Texas A&M's season is pretty well over because of the 2-point conversion. That's all I have to say. It's not like I'm a fan of Texas A&M. It just sucks that this is how your season pretty much ends. You also just shouldn't have been in this situation with Auburn. Colin, I would watch out. I'm just going to ignore that. Auburn needs one win to be bowl eligible, and they just happen to have one opponent left.
Brother, I've already got it in my mind that we're losing that.
Jarquez Hunter, 200 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns against Alabama. Book it. Okay, let's move on though to number 16, Colorado 21, Kansas 37. Shador pushed a ref.
Shador also got.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The ref kind of deserved it. Don't ever push the refs. He deserved it. They were they wanted him to get killed on that field. He was getting absolutely lit up. That cheap shot at the knees was unbelievably bad. But also, don't touch the ref. Also, Devin Neal. Oh my God, dude, what the fuck? 37 carries, 207, 3 rushing touchdowns. 4 receptions, 80 yards, and a receiving touchdown. Devin Neal is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, Devin Neal just beat Colorado.
Yeah, exactly. On his own. 4 touchdowns is more points than Colorado. Travis Hunter's not over it. 8 receptions, 125, 2 touchdowns. I did not think it was that good.
I was talking about Travis Hunter?
Oh, you're talking about Colorado in general?
Sure.
Who are you talking about?
I guess we'll never know.
Devin Neal? If you're talking about Devin Neal, you're crazy.
No, I'm not talking about Devin Neal.
No, Jalen Daniels is perfectly rated as fine.
You talking about want to be Jaden Daniels?
I'm gonna just let you live with that one. I think Kansas might be the second best team in the Big 12 right now. Nathan, pull up their last 4 games. They lost by 2 points to Kansas State, their rival. And they took them all the way to the end. They then kind of embarrassed Iowa State, who was undefeated at the time. They then beat undefeated at the time. I believe Iowa State had already lost 1 game, and then they lost to Kansas. Then they went on the road to BYU and ended their undefeated season. And then just was like, okay, well, the last 3 weeks we've ruined a team's college football playoff hopes and potentially Big 12 championship hopes. Let's just do it again. And they embarrassed Colorado. How? How is Kansas doing this? Lance Leipold is just a phenomenal head coach. Their 4 conference wins over Houston in a fucking blowout, and then 3 teams that were all ranked in the top 20. Unreal stuff for Kansas. And look, bad, fucking horrible start to the season. They lost 5 straight games after the opener against Lindenwood. But right now, as it stands, they look fucking great. You can't take that away from them. So shout out to Kansas. They are awesome. And Colorado, your season's probably over as of now. Right now, it looks like Arizona State and BYU will play in the Big 12 championship game. Are you about to show us something, Nathan? No. Okay. Well, that's all I've got for college football. So, Colin, you about ready to talk about our college football playoff rankings?
Sure.
This week certainly made us have to make some decisions, to say the least. I think we both very much know who our top 2 are. Number 1 is Oregon, and number 2 is Ohio State.
Yeah.
Then I think you could maybe mess around with some numbers. I'm going to put Texas at 3.
Texas is at 3 for me.
Okay. And I'm going to be honest, 3 through 5, I wish I didn't have to put them here. I'm not impressed by Texas this season. Their resume is dog shit. Then I have number 4, Notre Dame, which big win over a ranked team. Meanwhile, Penn State drops to 5 for me after a very close win that they shouldn't have even been that close with Minnesota. I wish I didn't have to put any of these 3 teams here because I think the next 4 teams after them in my rankings are probably better than them. But unfortunately, they just get to be here because of their schedules. Is kind of what has put them here.
True.
What's your order for those three? Is it the same order?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I gave you that order.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you had given me a tip for 4 and 5. So yeah, so we have the same top 5. Number 6, I've got UGA.
I also have UGA.
Okay. Number 7, I've got Tennessee.
I have Indiana.
Okay, so you're not going to penalize Indiana too much for the loss to Ohio State.
No.
Okay. That's fair. I just think, and I'll talk about Indiana a little bit more, but I just think they got blown out. It's the first real opponent they've even played this season. Yes, it ended in undefeated season, but they're still not going to play anybody because next week I'm pretty sure they play Purdue. I can't be impressed by what they have going on.
Really just want to see how they bounce back against Purdue. If they struggle against Purdue.
If they struggle against Purdue, certainly they fall out of the college football playoff.
Yeah.
But I just don't think they deserve a home game, is my thing. Right now, the team that we've seen, and against the teams that we've seen them against, they don't deserve a home game. So I have Tennessee at 7. Number 8, I have SMU. I still think SMU is a better team than Miami. I think SMU's put together a hell of a season. Yes, that loss to BYU is progressively getting worse, but at the time, this was a different BYU team, and at the time, it was a different SMU team. This was before they made a quarterback change. So I think SMU deserves the world right now, so I have them at 8. Who do you have at 8?
Tennessee Volunteers.
All right. Number 9, I've got Miami, kind of for all the opposite reasons of SMU. I just think they play too many close games. I think that loss, it just really stands out to me for some reason. And I really don't think they're going to win the conference championship. So I'm just kind of going ahead and getting ahead of that and putting SMU ahead of them. Who do you got 9?
Miami.
Okay, so yeah, we both have Miami at 9. I've got Boise State at 10. It was a bad game, but I will let them jump one spot.
Boise State's my 10 as well.
Okay. No way Kenneth Gainwell just ran in a touchdown.
I can't be too mad.
After Saquon
has enough points, man.
Yeah, he does. He has a lot of points.
Saquon has enough points.
Shout out Kenneth Gainwell for a touchdown, making it 26.
As long as the Rams keep
14.
this close, there's a good chance Saquon's getting 50 tonight.
Damn. Number 11, I've got Indiana.
SMU.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think Indiana has the resume to hold up here. I think at some point we have to be like, okay, they really didn't play anybody. 103rd or 106th strength of schedule, whatever that number is real, and it is very much telling. I hate that I have to sit here and do this because I don't know. I guess I am going to sound hypocritical because of Florida State last year. But this is a whole different scenario. With the 12-team playoff, you got to nitpick a lot more about who gets in and who doesn't.
Yeah.
And you should be picky about Indiana. If you're the college football playoff committee, you should be picky about Indiana. And right now they have to earn their spot, but they don't have a chance to. This was their chance to earn their spot, and they got embarrassed. So we'll see. But I think there's 4 teams that could steal their spot right now. Number 12, I have Arizona State, which would be my Big 12 representative. They are just my number 12 team.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
Because I realized I had made that mistake of not putting a Big 12 team in.
Yeah.
And so I just threw them in there at 12.
Yeah, which there might not be a Big 12 team in the top 12, but they'll still get that 12 seed for whoever wins that championship. As long as Boise State wins their conference championship, they would get the 4 seed. My first 3 out are Alabama at 13, which might seem crazy, and Ole Miss at 14, and then Clemson at 15. Clemson could maybe jump to the front of that line because I'm going to be honest, there is a world where there's 3 ACC teams in the college football playoffs.
Oh, Lord.
Because Clemson plays South Carolina next week, that's going to be a big win if they win. If Clemson actually beats South Carolina, after this week, South Carolina's probably going to be like the number 14 team in the nation. 15 team in the nation. If Clemson beats them, that's going to be a huge victory for South Carolina or for Clemson, and they're not even going to make the conference championship game. So they just get to sit around on a huge victory against them. They've lost 2 games this season. Yeah, Louisville was an embarrassment. Your other loss is to Georgia, and you just get to watch SMU and Miami lose their second game of the season and probably still make it in if they keep it close with each other. So Clemson certainly has a route in. The thing is look around. There's three SEC teams in the conversation here. UGA has already clinched their spot in the championship game. Texas has to play Texas A&M next week. That's a big deal.
Especially if Quinn's hurt.
Yeah, and between those two teams, it's win and get in. Whoever wins that game plays against Georgia in the SEC championship game. And if Texas loses that game, should they even be in the conversation of making the playoff? They've got a loss. It's to Georgia. If they lose to Georgia again, yes, that shows, okay, Georgia's better than them. But they didn't play anybody. If they lose to A&M and they don't make it in, your losses are to A&M and Georgia. And A&M has proven they're not the best all the time. Duh. And Texas, their best win to this day is Vanderbilt, which makes no fucking sense. So I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens there. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of Texas's resume, but yeah, that's kind of how things look for the college football playoff rankings as it stands. At least we'll see. We'll obviously talk about the updated playoff rankings on the live show on Wednesday. So make sure you tune in on Wednesday. Remember, no college football show, no podcast on Friday. Got to tune into the live show on Wednesday. Let's talk beer bets before we get out of here, before you fall asleep in the chair.
I'm not
just kidding. You already did earlier.
Dude, today's been a struggle, bus.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Started at 1 a.m.
Yeah, woke up at 1 a.m. We're getting into the midnight hour. Yeah, stayed up. Okay. Beer bats. I won last week. I took
Congratulations.
LSU and Arizona State. You had Ohio State. So I go back to up 3. Now.
We're never doing it over text again.
Fair. That's your fault. So I want to throw this out there because we're going into the final week.
NFL.
No. Should we do conference championship weekend as well? So we'll have rivalry weekend. We'll do a conference championship weekend one.
Yeah.
Depending on what the score is after that. Because right now, the worst it could be for me is up 1 after conference championships. Should we do a full pick'em sheet for every single bowl game? And whoever gets the most right, yes, but we both submit them to Nathan anonymously, so we can't copy each other. Yeah, and we do a full pick'em of every single bowl game. Whoever gets the most, just immediately, whatever it is, you go up 6.
Yeah,
and you win by 6. I think it's gotten too close. It's like I don't want you to have to buy me 1 beer. I don't want to have to buy you 5.
How about instead of that, you get a point for everyone you got right. Each person, back and forth. So if you got one right, you got a point. If
but
Colin
didn't
get down right and got a different one right, he gets a point.
Problem is if we're picking independently and we just pick a shitload of the same game, if
you could
all pick. If one of us just gets all of them right and one of them doesn't, that's like 100 fucking beers.
Well, then we wouldn't do it as that many, but we would just make it a 6-pack.
I think we just make it a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Is what it ends up on.
6-pack.
Bottle
and
of tequila.
We could do liquor.
But we're doing every bowl game.
Yeah, I think we do a pick'em sheet of every single bowl game.
A bottle of liquor per bowl game?
Hell no.
No.
Oh.
No, definitely not.
You guys ready for the game?
Oh, yeah, we have a game to decide the order. I like that.
And we've been on a theme with all the games, so we're sticking with kicking.
Oh, God.
So, Colin, you were the loser.
What do we do in that video?
Me and you will discuss that.
Look out for a YouTube video, second short.
All
Maybe
right.
more just a social media video. I don't know.
How many kickers have made over a 60-yard field goal in the NFL this year, Colin? And can you name them? If you can name them or how many, that's fine. Either one.
Oh, shout out to Kaimi Fairburn for breaking the NFL record for most kicks over 50 yards in a season, and it's only week 12. That's insane.
Over
a 60-yarder, so 60 or above.
Brennan Aubrey, Jake Bates, Kaimi. I want to say Koo has made over. Has Koo made over 60?
I have no idea. All I know is he's missed a lot.
I'll retract that for now. But I mean, dude,
Any day now.
I'm trying to.
Just kidding.
All right,
Just fucking
you know the answer?
I wanted to go with 3. That's already what I wanted to say.
Was it the 3 that
I did 0 thinking. I just wanted to say 3.
Fuck it, we'll lock in 3.
No,
3 is correct. Can you name them?
Brandon Aubrey, Jake Bates, Chase McLaughlin.
Chase McLaughlin's long is 56. Jake Bates' long is 58. Brandon Aubrey's long is 65. The other 2 were Joey Sly and Tyler Bass. Grayson, I'll give you 1 redemption because I normally give Colin 1 redemption.
I didn't lose. I also guessed 3.
Well, that's fair. Then here's your question, if we want to do it that way.
Because I guessed 3 before he said it out loud.
What kicker has missed the most extra points this year?
Ooh.
And how many, if we want to do that as well.
Okay, well, I know Siebert has only missed 2. He missed both of them today. It's not him. I'm gonna go with Justin Tucker. And I'm gonna say 4.
No, he's mainly missed field goals.
Yeah, Justin Tucker has only missed 1 extra point all year.
Okay.
4 is the correct difference, though.
Nice.
But it was also Tyler Bass.
Damn.
He has missed 4. He is 33 of 37.
Okay.
Extra points. Shit, you both got part of it right. How many players have over 100 kicking points? You both are going to say an answer.
Yep.
Whoever's got it has got it. Or I
Okay.
have a tiebreak if we need it.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let me know when you're both ready.
I've got my number.
You can hold it up. You can hold it up.
I'm never counting kicking points, so I just have to say a number.
Fair enough. Ready? 1, 2, 3,
8.
go.
8.
The answer was 3.
I have no concept of fucking.
It's
points.
Boswell, Kaimi, and Siebert.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the people who've kicked a shit ton of field goals.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Games are on the screen, Colin. We got a lot of games this week.
I pick first, right? Pick the first one?
Yes,
Yeah.
you pick the game first.
Yeah,
so
you
Colin,
pick 2 games and 1 winner.
Yeah. Scroll down.
There's a lot of them. So
Yeah, I know. Everybody plays.
Yeah, we got our Black Friday games
Just
there.
about.
Georgia Tech this week.
Fuck no. South Carolina, Clemson.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
I pre-screened these. I looked at them earlier.
I'm gonna say South Carolina.
All right. Give me the Tigers.
All right, Nathan.
Colin,
Scroll down.
pick a game. We got some fun
There's a
little
lot of
games. I can't lie. Like a Baylor, Kansas.
Not that
Like an Auburn, Alabama.
Michigan State, Rutgers.
I think Syracuse is gonna upset Miami this week.
That's bold.
That is bold.
Charlotte, UAB.
Louisiana Tech, KSU.
You
Florida,
can do it to
Florida
him,
State.
Colin.
Florida State.
Hey,
I'll
we just
pick
gotta
Florida
win.
so fucking fast if you pick that game. Shout out Florida State beating Charleston Southern. Big win.
Scroll down real quick, Nathan.
That was all.
I know. I'm trying to read it. I don't read very fast.
Me neither.
The only good ones on the screen right now is Texas A&M, or Kansas State, Iowa State.
Yeah, but Texas A&M.
What about Hawaii, New Mexico?
Fuck it, we'll go Texas A&M.
Give me the Aggies,
Mm.
especially with Quinn potentially being hurt. Definitely
All
give me the Aggies.
I'll
All right,
take
Don't,
Kansas
Florida
State,
don't you think
Iowa
if
State.
Quinn's hurt, they shouldn't make the playoff?
If
If your starting quarterback
gonna
gets hurt and nobody
fucking-
else does.
Colin, what was it that you did when Saquon scored that 70-yard touchdown? That's what the College Football Playoff Committee is going to do to Arch Manning.
That's true.
The next game is Kansas State, Iowa State. Make your pick.
Damn.
Yeah.
$26? 607?
Yeah, dude, it's at Kyle Field. You got to pay to be in a Colt.
Give me DJ Giddens.
All right. Yeah, I'll take Iowa State. Give me the Cyclones. Shut up, Matt Campbell. All right. Well, if you guys see me on TV at the Egg Bowl, why the fuck were you watching that game? What the hell? There's got to be something wrong with you if you were watching that game. Right now, as we are about to sign off, it's 27-14 Philly. 2 minutes in the third quarter.
Oh, dude.
What?
He has 152 rushing yards right now.
Holy shit, Saquon.
And it's the third quarter.
And 47 receiving yards on 4 receptions. Jesus, Saquon.
The dude is insane.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's...
A.J. Brown under not looking great.
Let's take a live look at the parlays.
Okay, well, while you do that, remember, there will be no college football show next week, and there will be no, or this week, as you're listening right now. It's Monday, as you're listening to this, or it's Tuesday, and in that case, Wednesday, there is a live stream right here on the Second and Short YouTube, so make sure you are subscribed. You will get the notification 30 minutes before we go live, and you will get the notification right as we go live. You got to hop in, because it's not only going to be the Friday episode of the podcast, it's also going to be the college football show, and we might just fuck around and have some fun. I don't know. We've got, I'd say about 2.5 hours that we're going to run it for. So
blow things up.
We're not going to blow anything up because we'll be right here in studio. Not just me, not just Colin, Luke. Me, Luke, and Colin all in the same place for the first time since the draft special, I believe, on an episode. Well, actually, when me and Luke recorded on the couch during the Euros, Colin was there just behind the camera.
What about Vegas?
Vegas was actually, yes, Vegas was the last time the three of us were on the same episode, but this time we'll all be on the same couch. Actually, we probably won't. I'll probably have a chair next to the couch so that we don't have to squeeze in like me, you, and Mike did on Third and Long.
There's a reason I let Nathan go sit over there for a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little cramped. But then again, no offense to Mike, Luke is much smaller than Mike, so we will have more space. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Ethan will be producing, so for better or worse, he will be here. And unfortunately, Nathan can't make it. He'll be here in spirit, and he will be back next Sunday to record
Nathan's
with us.
Gonna have the whole store watching.
Yeah, please do separately on all their own devices, please.
Every customer that comes in the store, just hit them with the.
Tell them they're not allowed to check out until they subscribe to Second and Short and watch the live stream.
We're just sitting there like, oh, another subscriber. Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
We hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm just kidding. We're very close to 100. 10 more subscribers. So if you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, subscribe, asshole. You got all the way here and you're not subscribed? Like, what the fuck?
Are you subscribed?
Of course I'm subscribed. How are you?
Yeah.
I know Nathan is.
I think I am.
You better be. If not, 91. Dude. That's now this. I have to address it this time. You just ripped ass. The second Nathan just did it too. All right, what the fuck is happening? Follow us on Instagram. Stay up to date with everything we got going on Second and Short, and join the Second and Short subreddit r/2nd A&D short. That's where you can submit your questions for questions time. If you can't make it to the live stream,
Subscribe.
oh, 90. Were you not subscribed?
No, I was.
Oh, then we are just at 91, and I just didn't realize. Shout out, 91 subscribers, 9 more. If you're not subscribed, subscribe right now. All right, Colin. You know what time it is.
Oh, God.
Cuatro palabras.
4 words.
Correcto.
Slay.
Okay. Slay.
Like SLEIGH.
Gotcha. Christmas.
Garbage.
Okay. I'll let you continue before I think of where I'm at right now.
Flour.
Okay.
FLOUR.
Got it. Baking.
And last one is going to be Craig.
Like
The gun in
Gun,
Call of Duty BO6 and Cold War.
Yeah.
That shit is garbage. And by garbage, I mean it's so good that
Nah.
it's annoying.
Okay, hear me out. All right.
What do you think?
Sleigh is what Santa rides.
Yep.
I don't know what he does. Does he ride it? He
Yes.
rides.
I think
the
he rides.
deer
They
drive
drive.
it.
Yes,
Okay.
he steers.
All right, Saquon.
Okay, whatever. So sleigh. Okay, so garbage. I'm thinking like a big sack of garbage, but
Yes.
very similar. Big sack
Yes.
of garbage.
And
sack
flour
of
like
toys.
cookies.
Flour like cookies. Still sticking with like the Christmas-ish
What if they're
theme.
garbage cookies?
Could be
What if they're
garbage
the
cookies.
garbage Christmas cookies?
Could be.
Because of the sleigh. They have a sleigh on them.
That's true. Also,
The Colin's eating while he's playing BO6 ranked play with me
that's
and
what
the
I was
boys.
about to say. Is a kid getting Call of Duty Black? Not a kid.
Christmas
17
noobs.
years.
The whole thing
Yeah,
just
it's
comes
about
back to Christmas noobs.
Yeah.
Who we're going to be slaying.
Well, you guys are gonna
Wrong
be playing
sleigh, but-
ranked play.
Yes, we are going to be shitting on people in ranked play. Shout out Marzi. Shout out Aaron. Shout out Rogues
No,
Guild.
redact all those shout outs, please.
Nobody else.
I don't know who
I
those,
shout out the whole Discord.
I
We're
don't know
chilling.
any of those people, so redacted. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully, everybody that can't make it to the live stream enjoys their Thanksgiving. Otherwise, you'll hear from me again on the live stream. 4 p.m. Wednesday.
The live stream.
Yeah, shut
I
up.
hope you have a great Thanksgiving, guys.
Shut up. He'll be here. Don't let him fool you. Guys, thank you for watching, listening, liking, and subscribing, and, of course, commenting. Podcast listeners, rate 5 stars. Follow us on the podcast platforms. And Colin, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Who's
AJ
that?
Brown did not hit.
Oh.
Nathan, we'll see you next Monday. And I will see you guys on the live stream as well. And I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see you there on 4 p.m. on Wednesday. We'll see you guys later. Peace.